is Giselle and this is Vybechecktarot. Let's go ahead and jump right in. There seems to be a lot of isolation in this current energy. Someone feels like they have to just put this relationship on the side for now. There's a lot of regret, but they definitely need some time apart to figure things out on their own. This is not a reflection of how they feel. They just feel like at this time they have to say goodbye so they can heal on their own. Again, this is someone that has made a lot of mistakes in the past, but they do feel like giving up on this relationship was one of their biggest mistakes. At the time that they walked away, they did feel very exhausted. They weren't really sure what route to take. And sometimes when someone is in the headspace where they feel overwhelmed and they're not fully equipped on how to handle such emotions, the only thing they can do is run away. Now, it doesn't make it okay and it doesn't make the situation better. However, sometimes people can only love us with the capacity that they have or the inner work that they have or have not done. So I'm not sure if both, because I'm getting a lot of both in this relationship, feel abandoned and left out. Whether one walked away and the other one tried or vice versa, there seems to be a bit of you both feeling like you're abandoned or have abandonment wounds from childhood. This time, this relationship feels shattered, almost like destroyed. There's a lot of heartbreak, and either one or both refuse to communicate. There may have been some ghosting. Someone has been shut out, in other words. There's a high focus on this individual using sex to avoid the problem. But again, it's just that, avoiding the problem. Whether it's sex, other relationships, work, addictions, whatever it may be, this person is definitely using those distractions to avoid dealing with the real core issues. There's also two individuals or two energies having or being hotheads. And keep in mind that when two energies that are hotheads, it's not going to heal the argument. It's not going to heal the core issue. It's only going to make things worse. So it's just waiting and allowing that time to allow this person to come to terms with either how they feel or with the reality of what the situation is. There's a lot of energy around depression as well, and a high emphasis on addictions. And again, addictions could be anything from sex, other relationships, work, anything that's an overindulgence. This is somebody that has some type of difficulty in their childhood and difficulty loving themselves and others. They don't know how to receive love in a healthy manner. They don't trust it because they were never provided with that opportunity as a child. So I just want you to keep that in mind. Looking into this card, it reads, we have experienced so many similar things in our lives. I always thought I was the only one that had these experiences. I take comfort in knowing you truly understand me. So this person does feel like you understand them. However, I don't know if this connection is a positive one at this time because it is bringing up a lot of trauma bonding. We also have someone that is definitely listening to others and disregarding their own feelings. It's putting a high emphasis on this person is really allowing other people's happiness to trump their own, especially in how this person sees their life or their relationship or how it should be. They're allowing their family, friends, outside influences determine how they should live or what the relationship should be like. With this card, it says, I followed blindly to what everyone else was telling me. They made me believe our connection wasn't real and that it was just a waste of my time. I know now that is untrue. So this person is coming to a realization that their decision to walk away based on other people's opinions of the relationship was not the best approach. However, for them at the time, it seemed to be the best approach for them. Now, again, this could be someone that is codependent on their family, on their friends, on outside influences, and it's having such a huge toll and an impact on their lives. They are someone that highly is controlled by the opinions of others. With this card, it reads, I was foolish to believe the opinions of others. I should have trusted my heart more than what others thought about our connection. Please forgive me for doubting our connection. Again, this is someone that was just going on exterior advice and allowing that to overturn their feelings that they felt for this connection. They were easily influenced by others and their viewpoints. This in turn created a lot of doubt. This may be someone that uses humor to mask the situation, but it doesn't solve it. It is just that. It's just masking the situation. And again, this is someone that is avoiding direct communication, because the card reads, indirect communication is avoidance and unhealthy communication. So this speaks to this individual. They're having fear of communicating their true thoughts and feelings. This is an individual that experienced an environment where communicating their feelings wasn't accepted. They either got shut down or they were told to be strong. I'm not really sure, but the energy that I'm picking up is someone that struggles with accepting and communicating their own feelings. They tend to feel shame around their feelings, and so they convince themselves that being alone is better. But I want you to understand that regardless, this is someone that also is attached to some type of monetary, materialistic things in life. They're very, very attached in a sense where they're excessively trying to reach a financial goal. And no matter how much success they receive, no matter how much material items they possess, they come back to the same thing, feeling that void, avoiding that inner healing. They're just refusing to do the work. And even though they're isolated right now, even though they're wearing this false mask where everything is okay, it's furthest from the truth. This is someone that definitely isolates themselves. They are generally focused, hyper-focused on their position in life, how they're viewed by the world. One of the things that's being highlighted right now is that you are wondering, was your connection even real? Especially if it ended abruptly. And I'm here to tell you that they meant what they said at the time. Even if they weren't able to follow through because of their upbringing, because of their trauma, because of their inability to receive love, because their lack of self-value and self-love, it doesn't mean that they didn't mean what they said. Someone can mean what they say and not have the tools to follow through. This is someone that allowed their family and friends to separate you two. But again, it was their choice. It was a choice. And at the end of the day, we have to allow people to make their own choices and be strong enough to walk away and allow time to push this person into realization, because sooner or later, that's what's going to happen. You can only avoid something for so long. Eventually it comes to a halt and you're forced to deal with it. Yeah, this is someone that carries a lot of pain. They're afraid. This is someone that's very, very afraid of love, because they've never experienced love in a positive manner. Not growing up, not in relationships before you. It's never ended well. So this person is very apprehensive to believe that they deserve love, to believe that they are worthy of love. This is someone that struggles with intense abandonment issues. Oftentimes, when that's the case, they're going to run away from something that's too real because it makes them feel uncomfortable. This is something that they're not used to. And if this is somebody that has gone towards another connection, it doesn't mean that that connection is better. It just means it fits them to where they don't have to take off their mask, where they don't have to dig deep and get mirrored and deal with the core trauma that they have. This is someone that likes surface level connections, whether that's just sex to avoid problems, or connecting with sex. Again, it's giving me a high emphasis on this person ran away from your connection. And it broke their heart to do that. But they still did it. They still made the choice because at that time, that was the only way they knew how to protect themselves. To leave before being left. They honestly thought they were doing you a favor. For some of you, it's been some time with the separation. It hasn't been an easy one. And I know sometimes you think, oh, they're fine, they moved on, there was someone else. Regardless of the situation, it doesn't matter what someone does to avoid themselves, because they're always going to take them with the next person. So I don't want you to feel like this person just discarded you, didn't care. They did. They just didn't want to feel out of control, because this person has a very controlled environment. They're able to control their work, they're able to control their feelings, they're able to control the circumstances with their family, friends, exterior parties. But with you, that wasn't the case. They struggled. They struggled tremendously to not feel as deeply as they did. And sometimes when these feelings are unfamiliar, sometimes people are not equipped to handle that type of love, to handle that type of intimacy. This is someone that likes to have control of their life, meaning they like certain things to be calculated in a sense where they want to understand. Here's the thing, at the end of the day, when someone makes a choice, we have to allow people to do what they want to do so we can see what they'd rather do, whether it's based on fear, whether it's based on a conscious decision, or whether it's just based on the healing that person has done or avoided.